Call it what it is. It's craziness going on in Philadelphia. And for those that don't know, a man was shot. Supposedly he was running. I haven't seen any video. Supposedly he was running at police officers with a knife, and he was then shot and killed. And that's to be expected if you aren't an idiot or if you haven't been paying attention, considering how many people have authorized this bad behavior. People sought out to start messing things up. And what happened was a bunch of looting. In the process, you've probably seen the videos by now. People just taking everything that they possibly can, loading up at Walmart, at other businesses, setting things on fire. This was to be expected, and we need to understand why this stuff is happening. It's not just because of police brutality or something like that is an issue. No, not at all. That's not speaking to the root cause of the problem. What's actually happened is that since the George Floyd thing happened, politicians, which we'll be talking about here in a little bit more in detail and some examples, have basically authorized that this bad behavior happen, be allowed to happen. And of course, you can't do anything about it, whether you're the business owner or not, because it's just stuff. And that can be replaced, but lives can't. So they say. I believe that they're all complicit when it comes to what's taking place right now and what has been happening again since the George Floyd thing happened, where generally that will be condemned. Even Obama, believe it or not, even Obama would condemn this behavior, which he did when there was looting and rioting and stuff happening with Ferguson and every. At least suave Obama, countries and Bush just throwing out there, but Obama, he at least had enough sense to say, you know what, y'all need to cut it out. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But they have adopted the tactic, the leftists, the Democrats, of basically yelling squirrel, right? They say, well, that has to happen, right? That's the only way they know to lash out, because they are so distraught because of police brutality. They're so hurt by it. And this is the only way that they know to grieve. Shut the fuck up, for lack of better terms. I usually don't cuss in my show, but I'm cussing on today's show. I'll mark it as explicit. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Because that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You can be against more than one thing at a time. You're not going to find another person that is, let's say, anti-government, and I know the police are the teeth of the state. You ain't going to find another one more than me. But you can voice your concerns and your frustration at the people that are guilty, the guilty parties. That's a very easy thing to do. See, those of us that aren't crackheads, right? We have a problem with someone. And we can go address the problem with that person, right? If, let's say, a business or a person did me wrong, let's say a promoter owed me money, and he screwed me out of a bunch of money. Let's say that happened, just hypothetical situation, right? And in response, I don't know, call up the promoter, go see the promoter where he's at, and I discuss the payment there. That's how rational people would handle the situation. Here's what crackheads do. Crackheads, they say, okay, this person did me wrong. This promoter did me wrong. So this is what I'm going to do. And I'm tired of being done. I've been done wrong a couple of times and I'm tired of it. I'm going to go blow up my neighbor's house. Now, when I explain and express that to you, you say, yeah, that's probably stupid. What do you think's happening right now? Police kill a man, whether you think it's justified or not justified, topic for a conversation. That's a conversation worth having. Okay. But when fools start to take it out on Walmart, well, that's not how rational people act. That's because these people don't give a goddamn about a man being shot and killed by the police. No, they're opportunistic jackasses, and we need to call them what they are. That's what they are. And they see an opportunity, right? Because again, you've authorized this. Your media have yelled squirrel. Your politicians have said, well, we need that's not just stuff. They have insurance. It can be replaced, right? That's what they have said. So what you have done is given these criminals, let's call them what they are, leeway to be like, you know what? They ain't going to do nothing to us. And here it is. We have our opportunity, right? Because we know that they will excuse our bad behavior because someone was shot and killed by the police. And then they head on up to the businesses, big and small, and they take every damn thing they can in there. That's the bad behavior that these fools have authorized. And they're still doing it now. And it's not just stuff that they're stealing, by the way, as you can see if you're watching this video live or after the fact. Friend of mine, Elijah Schaefer. You've seen me do shows with him over at Blaze. He is a reporter, and man, the guy's got balls of steel. He has been covering riots nonstop. He was there, and of course, because he was filming, he got jumped. Bloody mouth. You've probably seen the pictures and whatnot. The fool was still, my man was still out there getting the job done and reporting and doing what his job is. Balls of steel. So they're punching people that are obviously filming this nonsense. They're doing more than that. Seen videos of people having to run away from them. You're seeing that, as reported by Steve Keeley of Fox 29, 11 people were shot while looting in Philadelphia. So far since last night, looters were shooting looters. Right, because that has something to do with justice, by the way. A 50-year-old man that had his car filled, then was carjacked. So basically, it had all his stolen stuff restolen from him. So basically, a guy who came to loot stole a bunch of stuff, put it in his car, got jacked by someone else. These people are insane. But again, we have to discuss who's the one that's authorizing this bad behavior. And believe it or not, this happening so close, definitely with Pennsylvania, this happening so close to the election. I don't think this is going to work out in the Democrats' favor. No matter if they excuse this bad behavior, I don't think this is going to work out in their behavior or work out on their behalf as they excuse this bad behavior. Marianne Williamson, this idiot, I'm going to call her what it is. Another person saying the same old cliches, authorizing this bad behavior. Because God forbid you can say, okay, let's see what the issue is with police brutality. God forbid you actually discuss that and mention that while also saying, okay, if you loot, you're stupid. And if someone, business owner, defends themselves, that's their right to do that. But you are an objectively bad person. Objectively speaking, if you are looking for this opportunity to loot, right? You can say both things. Two things can be true. And those of us that have IQ, I guess, above room temperature are capable of processing that information. But here we go, Marianne Williamson, this moron. She says, and I quote for those that, again, are only listening to the audio, there are people in this country more concerned about a Walmart being looted than about an innocent man being killed. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's the type of it's gaslighting, textbook gaslighting. But that's the type of setup that we're working with when they say, okay, right, you are concerned about this because this is what's taking place. There's a lot more of this taking place. And because you talk about that, you are more concerned or less concerned about this and about that, as if someone can acknowledge the fact that this is taking place right now, despite of what the reason is for or why they claim that the reason it is. They speak on what is actually taking place, which is an objectively bad thing. Look, I don't care how rich you think Walmart is. Walmart has people that work out of the Walmart. Walmart has people that shop out of the Walmart. That's where they get a lot of their affordable goods from it. You have then derailed their ability to work or purchase goods. It's not just the CEOs that are impacted by this. And again, those of us that have economic sense, we can recognize that. Right? You always think, well, they're taking it to the rich people, and it's not a big deal. It's just stuff, not understanding that these rich people hire a bunch of folks that aren't rich, who have their paychecks impacted by this. And they also, again, sell goods to non-rich people. We saw this happening with out of the George Floyd situation. And you've seen interviews of people saying, like, I shop here. Right? This Dollar Tree that y'all just looted out. This is where I get my goods, right? I live down the street. I walk here. I ain't got a lot of money. This is where I get my goods. Now what the hell am I supposed to do? And that's a very, very real thing that these fools don't acknowledge because they don't understand economics. Yet people like Marianne Williamson seek political office. But this is the hilarious thing that she said out of all of this that got me. She says, many of them tout the Bible, but thou shalt not loot is not in there. Thou shalt not kill sure is. This is always hilarious to me when you see people that generally would crap on Christians, say Christians are bad people, in some way, shape, or form, calling them bigots, calling them whatever it is that they can call them. And then when it is convenient, they try to appeal to Christianity. But hilariously enough, when you walk into this, she walked right into this, right? So not only did she go there, right, this whole appeal to the Bible, right? She doesn't understand one of the 10 commandments. No, it doesn't say. Because back then, that's not necessarily what they were saying. It didn't say thou shalt not loot. It said thou shalt not steal, you moron. That's one of the commandments. So when you attempted to appeal to the Bible, which was, again, I would say a disgusting thing for you to do, you tried to appeal to the Bible and you still got it wrong. Imagine that. You tried to appeal to the Bible and still got it wrong. Amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Incredible that this happened. And I'm sitting here reading this like, she just did that. But more importantly, I guess, perhaps, though that's the most hilarious part of it, perhaps most important, and the more important thing to take away from this is, of course, that she is so willing to, as a lot of Democrats are, people that support this bull crap, they are willing to excuse bad behavior, yell squirrel in the event that some people are doing bad things because they act as if people can't have two positions at the same damn time or acknowledge two problems or discuss two things at the same damn time. It's unbelievable.